Good afternoon, welcome to VANIK-IAS. We'll discuss current affairs of 19th May. First, we'll discuss objective questions, then some objective facts, prelim facts, then we'll discuss main topic. Okay. With reference to Ujjwala scheme, consider the following statements. The scheme provides LPG connection to below poverty line households only, and it is launched by Ministry of Power. This is not by Ministry of Power, this is Ministry of Petroleum. Ministry of Petroleum and Gas, right? Petroleum and Gas Ministry, that is. And next is the scheme provides LPG connection to below poverty line households only. So it's not below poverty line, it is women who below poverty line, right? Not only below poverty line, women name, and that belongs to below poverty line, right? So not all below poverty line people are will be taken into account. So neither of them are right. So far as Ujjwala scheme is concerned, neither of them are right. Ujjwala scheme is providing LPG connections to households. Government of India has already provided around 9 crore gas cylinders, and there will be Government of India is planning for 1 crore more LPG cylinders, providing LPG cylinders to some beneficiaries, right? Especially those who are BPL and women beneficiaries. Women, and they belongs to BPL category, right? Okay. Next question. With reference to State Election Commission, consider the following statements. The power of conducting elections to corporations, municipalities, Jilla Parishad, Panchayat Samitis, Gram Panchayats, other local bodies vested with State Election Commission. Yes, the State Election Commission, especially it conducts the local body election, that is the Panchayat Raj extension, Panchayat Raj, that may be urban local body or rural local body elections. So SEC is independent of Election Commission of India. Yes, it is independent of Election Commission of India. It is not subordinate to Election Commission of India. Election Commission of India, Article 324, it emphasizes about Election Commission of India, which is independent entity. And Election Commission of India, ECI, it conducts elections for Legislative Assembly. It conducts elections for Lok Sabha election, like Parliament, right? Parliament, Legislative Assembly, and and also your President, and Vice President, right? Legislative Assembly and Legislative Council. So state legislature and central legislature, President and Vice President, these elections are conducted by Election Commission of India under Article 324. And so far as your State Election Commission is concerned, it is independent of Election Commission of India, and it conducts elections in every 5 years for urban and rural local bodies, right? Panchayat extensions, these are Panchayat institutions, they are under your Schedule 11 and Schedule 12, right? And also they came on the 73rd and 74th Constitutional Amendment. 73rd is for rural local bodies. 74th Constitutional Amendment is for urban local bodies. There is a State Finance Commission also. What is the responsibility of the State Finance Commission? State Finance Commission, it provides recommendation for devolution of taxes from state exchequer to Panchayat Raj institutions. Right? The recommendations are not mandatory. They may be received by the government of the state government may receive them, or it may reject them. Right? State Finance Commission, it recommends the tax devolution between states and Raj institutions. Okay. Consider the following statement with respect to Kaziranga National Park, which is the oldest park of Assam. See which of the statement is not correct. It is asking about which of the following is not correct, right? Okay. Kaziranga National Park, it is It is the oldest park of in Assam. Yes, it is oldest park in Assam. It was declared national park in 1974. In 1974, it was declared in national park. National park declared in 1974. It is famous for great one horned rhinos. Yes, it is right. Yes, one horned rhinos. Rhinos. It is famous for. Right. Okay. It is recognized as an important bird area by IUCN. No, IUCN do not recognize into important bird area. It is a important bird area, or IBA is generally recognized by BirdLife International. Right. BirdLife International, it recognizes important bird area. Right. So it is not declared by IUCN. Three statement is wrong, so only not correct is only answer is 3. Right. So international by BirdLife International, it declares important bird area, and it is also UNESCO World Heritage Site. It is also UNESCO World Heritage Site when it is declared in 1985. It was declared as UNESCO World Heritage Site. It is famous for world one horned rhinos. Right. Pabitra Wildlife Sanctuary. Pabitra Wildlife Sanctuary has highest density of one-horned rhinos. Pabitra, that is inside Pabitra Wildlife Sanctuary. Wildlife Sanctuary has highest highest number of one-horned rhinos in the world. Right, highest density. And okay, there is also there is also tigers and other species are also present there. Next question. So it is Kaziranga National Park. It is important bird area by Wildlife International. It is declared as national park in 1974. It is in 1985. It is declared as an UNESCO World Heritage Site in Pavitra Wildlife Sanctuary. There is maximum density of one-horned rhinos present. What can be the possible step to prevent inflation? Change in the monetary policy, change in the money supply, controlling money supply, higher income tax rate, invest in long-term investments. To prevent inflation, inflation means rate increasing the price, rise in price of goods, rise in price of goods, or fall in value of currency. That is called as inflation, right? We have MPC, Monetary Policy Committee, that targets inflation. There is 6 members in Monetary Policy Committee. It is of RBI. It is situated in RBI. There is Monetary Policy Committee. Its job is to target inflation, right? So how can to prevent inflation? Change in monetary policy. Yes, change in monetary policy means RBI may increase the repo rate. If rate of repo rate increases, then also um, then also there will be less money in the market, because bank will lend less. So the change in monetary policy will prevent inflation. Controlling money supply, yes, controlling money supply, that will also prevent inflation, because if money if market if money will be more, then obviously inflation will increase because demand will increase. Then higher income tax rate, higher income tax rate. Yes. Okay. Controlling municipal, that will prevent inflation. Yes. Higher income tax rate. Obviously, if somebody is getting 100 and you are taking income tax around 40% or 30%. If you are increasing, then there is less money will be in hand, right? There will be less money in hand. So it's less money in hand, that will prevent inflation. Then investment in long term investments, because if you are investing long term investments that require huge amount of capital, that will reduce money supply in the market. So obviously that is also prevent inflation. So all the options are right to prevent inflation. Article 324 of the Constitution entails the provisions related to Chief Election Commissioner and other election commissioners. Which of the following statements are not correct? Yes, it is correct. Article 324 entails provision related to Chief Election Commissioner and other election commissioners. The Constitution has not specified the term of the members of Election Commission. Constitution has not specified the term of the members of the Election Commission. Term of the member of Election Commission. Yes, it has not mentioned the term of election. It is also right. It is also correct. Then Election Commission receives salary and allowances similar to those of Judge of Supreme Court. Yes, that is also right. Chief Election Commissioner holds the office at the pleasure of the President. No. To ensure the independency of the Election Commission of India, the Chief Election Commissioner, they are not working under pleasure of the President. Pleasure of the President are who is working according to pleasure of President? Governors work during the pleasure of President, right? Governors work during the pleasure of President. Attorney General, they work during the pleasure of President, right? Or your Council of Ministers, they work during the pleasure of President. Because any time Prime Minister asks them to resign, they will resign. So, but Chief Election Commissioner, CAG, they do not work with the pleasure of President. Just a minute. Okay. Next question. Which of the following state first in the country to declare snake bite a state-specific disaster? It is Odisha. Odisha has declared snake bite as state-specific disaster because highest number of people die, especially in states like Odisha and Bihar, due to snake bite. Okay. With reference to net zero goal for 2050, consider the following statement. Net zero goal for 2050. It means that country will bring down its emission to zero by 2050. Impossible. Emission can never be zero because emission will be zero when you will not cook food, you will not use industries, you will not use vehicles, then emission will be zero. It's not possible, right? It means that country's emission will be compensated by absorption and removal of greenhouse gases from the atmosphere. This is what we mean by net zero emission. India has promised net zero emission by 2070 in Glasgow Summit. Glasgow Summit, right? That is COP26 Climate Summit. India has promised that it will achieve net zero emission. Net zero emission means the amount of carbon you release, that much of carbon will be absorbed by the atmosphere. Okay, so 2 only is the answer. 2 only is the answer. Consider the following statement with respect to Jigyasa scheme. What do you mean by Jigyasa program? The main focus of Jigyasa is to connect school children, school students, and scientists. Yes, this program and have the objective to inspire the school children by connecting them with the scientists. Jigyasa scheme. It was jointly implemented by Niti Aayog and Kendriya Vidya Sangashan (KVS). This is CSIR and KVS, not by Niti Aayog. Niti Aayog is not participating in, so one only is the answer. CSIR, right, and KVS, both they will start Jigyasa scheme. That is Council, CSR, Council of Scientific and Industrial Research. Industrial Research. This is Jigyasa scheme. So A is the answer. This is under scientific social responsibility. It is scientific social responsibility. Scientific social responsibility of the scientific community and the institutions. That's why they are started Jigyasa scheme. Right? The focus is to connect the school students with the scientists and to classroom learning and a very well planned laboratory. All these things are included in the Jigyasa scheme. Consider the following statement with respect to survey on defense land. It is the first time since independence entire defense land has been surveyed, and technology like electric total station and differential global positioning system (DGPS) are used in this survey. Yes, this is related to survey regarding defense land. It is the first time for independence. Yes, first time survey on this defense land is getting conducted, and it uses electronic total station (ETS) and differential global positioning system (DGPS). So both the statements are right. Consider the following statement with regard to RS-28 Sarmat. RS-28 Sarmat, it is the Sarmat will be fast Russian missile that can carry smaller hypersonic boost glide vehicles. The Sarmat is a liquid fuel missile. Fast Russian missile that can carry smaller hypersonic boost glide vehicles. No. Hypersonic. Sarmat is launched by Russia, which is a ICBM or intercontinental ballistic missile. Intercontinental ballistic missile. Right. Ballistic missile, intercontinental ballistic missile. It is a liquid. It is not. It is almost a liquid fuel missile. Yes, it is a liquid fuel missile. Which the following statements is not correct. So this is correct. And Russian missile fast can carry smaller hypersonic boost glide vehicles. This is also correct. So neither of them are incorrect. So D is the answer. And this is the intercontinental ballistic missile. Ballistic missiles means it has a path like ballistic path. This path is ballistic path, and accuracy is less than the cruise missiles. Right? Remember, its range is from 10,000 km to 18,000 km. Intercontinental ballistic missile. Right? liquid fuel. Remember, this is a liquid fuel missile, and it is based on the Sarmat tribe. Sarmat tribe. Sarmat tribe. They are seen in southern Russia. It is a tribe, fighter tribe in southern Russia. It is called as Saturn II by NATO forces. By NATO forces, RS-28 So the objective question discussions ends here. Now I will start discussing prelims fact. First is Sikkim Statehood Day. Sikkim Statehood Day. Sikkim is a organic state. We know organic state is Sikkim. Sikkim recently observed 47th Statehood Day. It became the 22nd state of India in 1975. 1975, it is the second state. 22nd state of India in 1975, Sikkim. Okay. The Sikkim was founded by Namgyal dynasty in 17th century. Namgyal dynasty. Sikkim was founded by Namgyal. It was ruled by Buddhist priest kings known as Chogyal. It was ruled by Buddhist priest king known as Chogyal, and it is founded by Namgyal dynasty 19th century. That is 17th century. Became the princely state of BTC in 1890. 1953 years after India's independence, a treaty was signed between Sikkim and Republic of India, under which farmer continued its status as protectorate state within state of India. Its status is protectorate within state of India. What is a protectorate state? It is a smaller country which is protected by a larger sovereign nation, such as a state has autonomy over internal affairs, while larger country control the policies such as foreign affairs, defense, and communication, etc. So it was a protectorate state within country of India in 1950. In 1974, Chogyal Sikkim's ruler called for a referendum as demand seeking. Now, former kingdom's integration with India has begun to rise. So, in 1974, there is a referendum. Referendum means public opinion, right? Public especially they raise their voices to. This is a method of direct democracy. Referendum, plebiscite. Referendum means people take a decision, that is to I mean for a particular policy or decision, people take the decision. Okay. So thus demand seeking. Now former kingdom's integration with India has begun to rise. So in April 95, an officer by Prime Minister of Sikkim, Indian Army entered and took control of the kingdom. So it became a state of India in 1975. In subsequent referendum, as many as 97.5% of participants voted in favor of joining India, while 2.45% voted against the proposal. On May 15/7/1975, the present President of India, Fakhruddin Ali Ahmad, signed constitutional amendment. And day later, Sikkim became 22nd state of India. The position of Chogyal was abolished as well. So 22nd state of India is the Sikkim by 1975. It was ruled by Chogyal. Right? It was a protectorate state. Location: it is situated in eastern Himalayas. Sikkim is least population, second smallest among all Indian states. Least population and second smallest among all the Indian states. It borders the Tibet Autonomous Region of China in the north and northeast, Bhutan in the east, Nepal in the west, the West Bengal in the south. Right. Tibet Autonomous in the north, northeast, Bhutan in the east, Nepal in the west, and West Bengal in the south. Okay. Mount Kanchenjunga. It is the highest peak of world's largest, highest mountain, highest. It is India's highest peak and world's third largest mountain. Situated in here, Mount Kanchenjunga, that is in Sikkim. Right. Remember this border. It is Tibet on the north and northeast, Bhutan in the east, Nepal in the west, and West Bengal in the south. It joined in 1975. It was ruled by Chogyals. Okay, Mount Kanchenjunga National Park is highest elevation conservation area. Kanchenjunga National Park. 2016 UNESCO declared Kanchenjunga National Park World Heritage Site under mixed category. Category sites containing elements both natural and cultural significance. 2016 it became a World Heritage Site by UNESCO. 2016 the Kanchenjunga was declared. It is in Sikkim. Major river. Tista River and tributaries such as Rangit, Lonak, Talung, Lachung. Rangit, Lonak, Talung, Lachung, these are the river, Tista River, and there is Tista River. Sikkim is world's 100% organic state. Also bagged the prestigious Future Policy Gold Award from United Nations Food and Agriculture. Future Policy Gold Award from FAO. Okay. What is tomato flu? Increased surveillance after tomato flu has been reported in the state of Kerala. Tomato flu. Tomato flu has been reported in the state of Kerala. Tomato fever is a rare contagious disease of viral nature in humans whose origin is not yet known. Tomato fever origin is not yet known. Its viral nature means it is caused by virus. However, medical experts have opined that it might be an effect of dengue or chikungunya. After effect of dengue and chikungunya, there is possibilities that it is an after effect of dengue and chikungunya. It's came from tomato sept, red rashes that it causes the body infected by individuals. Tomato sept red rashes are seen. It causes the body infected by individuals. The flu is said to affect children below 5 years of age. That is tomato flu. Especially they expect that maybe it is after effect of dengue and chikungunya. It causes tomato sept rashes. It is viral in nature. It is seen in Kerala. Right, symptoms are rashes, diarrhea, and dehydration. Then treatment. This flu is self-limiting one, and so far there is no specific drug for its cure because it's a viral disease. Usually the viral disease like your Zika virus, like coronavirus, that is AIDS, they do not have specific cure. Symptoms vanish over time on their own with medical support, with medicinal support. Utensils, clothes, and other items used by the infected persons must be sanitized to prevent flu from spreading. Right? Sanitation is essential. Fluid intake should be increased to counter dehydration. The chances of dehydration, that's why fluid intake need to be increased. Preventive measure by states, proper screening by health authorities, increased surveillance. Proper screening by health authorities, increased surveillance, especially sanitation. Then that is tomato flu. It's a viral flu, especially children below 5 years. Tomato like red rashes are seen. Other symptoms are diarrhea, dehydration, rashes, all these things. Devasahayam Pillai. Recently, Devasahayam Pillai became the first Indian layman to be declared a saint by Pope Francis. First Indian layman to be declared a saint by Pope Francis, Devasahayam Pillai. Who is Devasahayam Pillai? Born in 19. He was born in 1712. Nilakanta Pillai into Hindu upper caste family in Kanyakumari district, part of Travancore kingdom. As earlier it was Travancore kingdom. Born in 1712. Okay, Devasahayam Pillai. He was official court to Travancore's Maharaja Martanda Varma. He was official in the Travancore Maharaja Martanda Varma. It was during his service. In the court, he met Captain D. Lanoy, the Dutch naval officer, and was introduced to Christianity. He has converted to Christianity in 18th century and then Kingdom of Travancore. He was inspired by the teaching of Jesus Christ. He was baptized in 1745, assumed the name of Lazarus or Devasayam, means God is my help. His conversion didn't go well and heads on a native religion, false charges of treason and espionage brought against him, and he was divested of his post in the royal administration. So he was assumed the name of Lazarus or God is my help. Devasayam. He converted to Christianity. He was official court of Raja Martanda Varma of Travancore in Kanyakumari district. He particularly insisted on the equality of all people despite of caste difference. Devasayam always fight against casteism and communalism and stood for equality and what is right. Sainthood Road. On 2004, Diocese of Kotar along with Tamil Nadu Bishops Council and Conference of Catholic Bishops recommended Devasayam for beatification. He declared blessed by the Kotar Diocese in 2012 to 300 after his birth. These are not important, this statement. 2014, Pope Francis recognized miracle attributed to Devasayam. Clearing the path to his canonization. So he was approved as sainthood in February 2020 for enduring increasing hardships after he decided to embrace Christianity. He fought against caste discrimination prevalent in the country and persecuted and killed. In 14 January 1752, Devasayam was shot dead in the Aral Bhai Moji forest. He was widely considered as a martyr. Mortal remains was interred inside now Saint Francis Xavier Cathedral in the Kotar Nagarcoil. The Vatican 2012 recognized his martyrdom after a rigorous process. So he is declared as a saint finally. Devasayam Pillai. Okay. Next we will discuss the main topic, that is cryptocurrency and the dollarization of economy. Recently, top official of RBI said that cryptocurrency can lead to dollarization of the part of the economy, right? Okay. So, what are recent developments in the cryptocurrency sector? Tax on trading. The Union Budget presented this year introduced a tax on trading in cryptocurrency and related assets like non-fungible tokens at a flat 30% rate interest, 30% rate tax, and 30% and 1% of the tax will be deducted at the source (TDS) when such transaction takes place. So 30% tax will be collected on tax on trading. Data and study. There is estimated 15 million to 20 million crypto investors in India with total crypto holdings around US dollar 5.34 billion. No official data is available on size of the Indian crypto market. So still it is very big because 15 million to 20 million crypto investors are investing. RBI and SEBI, a statutory bodies, both RBI and SEBI report to Parliament, and the panel has parliamentary responsibility to call upon the officials of these regulators over financial and economic issues of the country. So the RBI and SEBI report to Parliament and the panel parliamentary responsibility regarding the regulators over financial and economic issues of the country. Okay. Now what do you mean by dollarization of economy? See, cryptocurrency, it is based on blockchain technology. It is highly, it is highly volatile. It do not have any central authority. Cryptocurrency, the investment may flow from one state to another country very quickly. Right? It may have some impact on monetary policy. So both RBI and SEBI, they have recommended various things, and they are expecting that there will be impact on monetary policy. That's why we are discussing the topic. Dollarization means it is a form of currency substitution where dollars are used in addition to or instead of the local currency of the country. Ideally, extensive use of crypto should cause cryptorization. Right? Dollarization means most using of dollars, but dollarization, that is the object of dollarization. But cryptorization means much use of cryptocurrency. So they are expecting that there will be huge use of cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrencies are dollar denominated and also issued by foreign private entities, which could lead to dollarization. They are also known how to say that cryptocurrencies have the potential to become medium of exchange and replace the rupee in financial transactions, both in domestic cross-border, thereby replacing the part of Indian monetary system. That means people who are earlier using, for example, dollar or rupee, now they will convert to cryptocurrency in case of domestic exchange or uh, dollar exchange. So that may create a problem. That may replace a part of the Indian monetary system. Apart from being used as payment and goods or services, crypto also exchanged for fiat currencies, and US dollar is the most preferred for exchange. Usually, US dollar is get converted into cryptocurrency. Most Indians who buy cryptos convert rupees to dollars in order to buy them. So that's why the uh, demand of dollar is also increasing. Associated with youth dollarization of economy, it will seriously undermine RBI's capacity to determine the monetary policy and regulate the monetary system of the country, because most of the powers will be out of the control of India, right? There will be no control authority. The currencies can replace a part of the monetary system. We also undermine RBI's capacity to regulate the money flow in the system. RBI was regulating the money flow. Monetary Policy Committee was regulating the circulation of money. Thereby, it was controlling the inflation. Now, it cannot control the flow of money in the system. Besides being used as a terror financing, yes, it can be asked that there is anonymity. Nobody can know regarding the cryptocurrency transactions details. So there is anonymity. As there is anonymity, there is potential of terror financing, money laundering, and drug trafficking. The illegal people, the criminals, they can use darknet and cryptocurrency. Darknet for communication and cryptocurrency transaction for financial transactions. That may happen, and that pose a bigger threat to the stability of the financial system of the country, because it may encourage money laundering and drug trafficking and terror financing. It will also have a negative impact in the banking system, as these being attractive assets, people may invest in their hard-earned savings in these currencies, which may result banks have lesser resources to lend. So people may invest more in cryptocurrency as compared to saving in the banks, and that may lead to negative impact in the banking system. Dollarization and implication in the economy. Though only tax havens like Liberia and Panama can be defined as dollarized in true sense, they, there are many economies dollarized into large extent. Liberia and Panama are dollarized because high use of dollar. Two-thirds of dollars are held outside United States, which issues it. Countries which have been victims of hyperinflation like Bolivia have become dollarized too. Over 80% of currency is in use being dollars. So there is issues regarding hyperinflation. There may be hyperinflation in a particular country. So if dollarization happens, we may also face the problem of hyperinflation like Bolivia has witnessed. In spite of current inflation troubles, India is far away from dollarization to this extent. However, there are research papers that suggest that Indian exim transactions are dominated by dollars. So there is also dollarization. There is also probability of dollarization of in case of India, which may trend us to lose control over the economy and monetary policy. Only 5% of India's imports and 15% exports are in the form. And US showing that few countries use their own currencies for international transactions due to the popularity of dollar abroad. The popularity of dollar is increasing, and 5% and 15% in exports are in the form of US dollar. So that is increasing our dollarization. Central bank versus crypto and dollars. Central bank of economies Central banks of economies with high dollarization becomes bodies with no power. Right? The country with dollarization, the body will be no power. That means because money is not even used, if half of the money will be used by a dollar, then obviously the control goes to US Fed Reserve, not to the Indian RBI, and that becomes a problem. Their monetary policies which govern local body currency will have no effect on the economy ruled by a foreign currency. Right? There is no reasons why Reserve Bank of India have been opposing it. There is one. This one is the reason why Reserve Bank of India have been opposing it, and then Indian Finance Ministry too backed their fears imposing 30% crypto tax on it without officially allowing it in India. Right? Why India government has opposed crypto tax? This is because to prevent this dollarization, to create a deterrence against the crypto gains. This move aimed to stall Indian rupees going into purchasing virtual assets, which then will be owned by foreign entities, and that cannot be tracked by authorities here, and that may induce money laundering. The tax doesn't apply to individuals who mine cryptos to earn them, but only those who spend Indian rupees to acquire and trade on it. What you have to do? Extra vigilant. Central government will always be worried about the movement of the Indian rupee, and now more than ever an extra vigilant with high inflation, devaluation, and of course fears of possible stagflation looming at large. Right? So there various problems may be created in monetary policy because of dollarization, that is increasing use of the cryptocurrencies. And as cryptocurrencies basically the transaction is done by, for example, first they convert into dollar, then they purchase the cryptocurrency, the demand of dollar will is getting increased, and also increased dollarization may lead to inflation. Right? So various problems may be created. Now the question is on what role did India play in the Cold War as a non-aligned country? Discuss the key learning from the Cold War period that India can apply in the post-Russia-Ukraine conflict. Post-Russia-Ukraine conflict, the non-aligned moment, right? Post-Russia-Ukraine conflict. First thing we have to write what role India Cold War in as a non-aligned country. First, we have to explain what is non-aligned movement. and discuss the key learning from Cold War period that India can apply in the present. Yes, what we can apply in the present Russia-Ukraine conflict, right? Now the situation is like also the similar time in the Cold War, right? Now there is two blocks. In one hand there is Russia, and other hand there is US. Russia is a historical friend since 1971. War maybe strategy relations, developing strategy relationship, right? In case of defense cooperation, in case of nuclear cooperation, the support of Russia is unconditional. It's a historical friend, so we cannot we can, and we are now we have also very good relationship. So we cannot betray Russia and we go one-sided towards the United States. Also, we do not want to play this bloc politics because of its India's ideology of non-alignment since the time of Cold War. So, how we have to stay away from such a conflict and play a significant role in international politics? That is the point of importance as of now. Okay, the non-alignment movement was founded in Cold War as an organization of states that didn't seek to formally align themselves with either United States or Soviet Union, but sought to remain independent or neutral. Sought to remain independent or neutral. Right. Some countries after the Cold War they want sought to remain independent, neutral, and to stay away from the bloc politics of United States and Soviet Union. In the Bandung Conference in Russia 1955, 10 principles were proclaimed at the conference were guiding the principles of non-aligned movement. What is the role of India? As a leader of NAM, India's response to Cold War power politics was twofold. India itself, away from great power politics, positioning itself as an interested observer of world politics and going for what is right. It raised its voice against newly decolonized nations from joining either bloc. Right? It raised voice from decolonized nations. That means once colonized means they are under a superpower, they are again joining another superpower. Right? When you join a superpower, your policies will be dictated by those superpowers. You will not will be able to pursue strategic autonomy. In India, in addition, India played significant role defining NAM in very neat and precise term, which was becoming less homogeneous due to coming together of countries and various different political system and interests. So India, it means that India will not join any bloc politics and it will have its own ideology. India stand on various issues, so the movement was neither isolationism not passivity. And yes, Nehru has said that it is not isolationism. That means India will not very different from the international issues. It will participate in every issues. What is right and what is merit and what is justice. It will talk on the basis on in the line of the international law. According to Nehru, non-alignment is not a policy of fleeing away. In the contrary, it is based on active intervention in the world affairs, but in a neutral and independent manner, not biased manner. Because if you are an ally of USA, you have to support USA in every matter, right? Or if you are an ally of USSR, you have to support USSR on every matter. You cannot stay independent, or you cannot say wrong is wrong. You cannot say right. So these things you have to obey when you are an ally. That's why India has maintained non-aligned movement ideology. The movement wants seeks to take collective position on international issues, and challenges faced by the developing world. Based on this idea, India led the NAM effort to resolve in Iran and Iraq dispute. During Cold War, India made a concerted effort to activate those regional and international organizations which were not part of alliance led by US, are maintaining the spirit of NAM. So especially India wanted to join all those international organizations which are not part of US or USSR, right, to maintain its neutrality. Learning from NAM can apply in the present Russia-Ukraine conflict. How can we apply the ideology of NAM in present Russia-Ukraine conflict? India has already applied it. Multilateralism must be upheld. Nations must display sensitivity and reciprocity in multilateral institutions like the United Nations Security Council and WTO to cooperate the world prosperity. Multilateralism means That means developing relations with different countries, right? Different countries have different ideologies. We have a policy of de-hyphenation. That means when we will develop relationship with one particular country, we will not think about its relationship with its enemy, or who is its enemy, who is its friend. We will not think about that. That is basically policy of de-hyphenation. So that will ensure multilateralism. That means engaging with all the countries that is possible, and leveraging what is the benefit for us, beneficial for us. That is both the country. We both country can help each other for prosperity. Rhetoric of new Cold War or Cold War 2.0 is unveiled. Trade war and military aggression in South China Sea has become frequent. So this 2.0 Cold War 2.0 is continuing. Although there is no so direct war, still there is military aggression in the South China Sea. China is violating international norms in South China Sea. It didn't obey the international quota arbitration. It is also making disputed infrastructure in case of POK. In case of India, it violates India's territorial sovereign integrity. Non-alignment policy is a peaceful and coexistence and can ensure against threat of war. So it is guessed that it is said that now it is Cold War 2.0, right? So, and in this case, NAM is relevant. NAM was, some scholars say that NAM is relevant as Cold War is over in the early 19 in the late 1980s. But it is not, Cold War is not over, as Cold War 2.0 is still continuing. So NAM is still becoming relevant. So the policy of peaceful coexistence and ensure the reduce the threat of war. When there is no bloc politics, there will be no war. Especially there will be no world war. South-South cooperation, especially South-South cooperation, the cooperation between developing countries regarding their economic benefit, right? There should not be ill effects such as rising crude and inflation. Every country is suffering. For example, China is, for example, Sri Lanka has gone through economic crisis because one of the reasons is Russia-Ukraine war. So the developing countries, they are suffering because of the bloc politics and aggressiveness of the big countries. That's why we have to maintain policy of non-alignment. Disarmament. In General Assembly, India submitted draft resolution for declaring use of nuclear weapons should be against the Charter of United Nations and a crime against humanity and should be therefore prohibited. Right? India has submitted draft resolution to declare nuclear weapons as prohibited. But according to NPT, these 5 countries will keep the nuclear weapon. Such stance by all nations can help prevent Russia-Ukraine war from spiraling into nuclear war. That will prevent Russia-Ukraine war from spiraling into nuclear. This may go to nuclear war, that may develop into nuclear war, because Russia is a nuclear weaponized country, and the NATO forces, US has also nuclear weapons, so they will use it anytime. When war continues, anything can happen. UNSC reforms is essential. Right from the inception of NAM, there is a favor of UNSC reforms. It was against the domination of Russia and USSR and US. Russia is now party to war and being a member of UNSC, whose responsibility is the world peace. Representation to the nations like India can remove such irony, right? Despite Russia being the responsibility of Russia is to ensure world peace, it is now party to a war. Strive for multipolarity. India is striving hard for a multipolar world order, asserting itself as one of the players. Multipolar world order is very much close to NAM principles. Multipolar world order means various power sectors. Now, world is, we can say it is unipolar or it is multipolar. Unipolar when we recognize US as a superpower. But US, the power of US is declining. There is rise of China. There is rise of Indo-Pacific Asia. That's why we are saying that the world is becoming multipolar with the rise of BRICS, SCO, ASEAN, all these things. So their multipolarity has developed. Next, the philosophy of ideology non-alignment may emphasize on strategic independence on autonomy. Yes, it emphasizes strategic independence on autonomy. That means we will decide what is good for, what is right and wrong on our own. That will not be dictated by any powerful country. The non-alignment seeks to take collective position in challenges and faced by developing world. These principles have always remained relevant. Non-alignment is a platform or India can assert soft power, active leadership being torchbearer for similar countries. So it can act as the leader of the developing world, non-alignment movement. Also, it can develop its soft power. So non-alignment is very important platform for India to assert its neutrality and power, and it can also raise voice against international issues which are against humanity. Okay, so today's lecture get completed here. Thank you. Like this video and share this video. Subscribe to VANIK-IAS. Thank you. Namaste Davasis.